Alright, so now we are in the car. We're about to start the hardwiring process. What I'm planning to do is tack on the camera about here or so. It's pretty big in terms of real estate. It's taking up a good portion of the windscreen. It is a wedge design, but it's a tad bit longer than most of the other competitions. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna hardwire everything, bring the wire down along the top windshield pillar and then down the A pillar and all the way down. For Volvos it's a bit different. That's why I have the camera on the passenger side or the right side of the vehicle, because the fuse box should be based on the manual. It's gonna be under here. So there is a cover here that I took off. I believe this is just for like a SIM card. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to pry this carpet apart, kind of pull forward, and that's where the fuse box is gonna be. It's a little bit more difficult or out of the way than most of your cars, which is located on the driver's side. So let's go ahead and see how this process, or how long this process will take us. Hey Google, turn on the flashlight.
Turning flashlight on.
Alright, so let's go ahead and just take a look. There should be one, two, I think about 2 bolts right about here. Not sure what size they are, but they should be hex bolts. Maybe a T20, maybe a T30 actually. Alright, so we're gonna take that out just to move this grill in general, or this guard in general, so it's easier to reach behind the carpet along here and remove the carpet. So we're gonna reach behind here and kind of just pull down, but in doing so this thing is kind of blocking us, this whole area right here, right? Let's get a further look at what we're looking at. So we're trying to remove this guard here. First of all, let's go ahead and just take I would say start with the T27. See if it works. Nope, should be a T25 then, because that one's a little bit too big. Yep, it is a T25. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a T25 to remove this grate or guard. Alright, so we are taking away the T25s. There should be 1 and 2. Let me move the seat further down. The other T25 should be over here. Alright, so let's take a look. Alright, so after we take away the guard, we go ahead and reach under here to pull down the carpet like so. So there are about 4 tabs that I have to reach and yank out. It's pretty easy. Alright guys, so there you have it. I took out the trim at your door sill area. I popped this basically back up, and then I yanked it forwards towards me like so. This gives me space to go ahead and get the carpet out, because the carpet was kind of hidden or tucked away under here, so I gave me space to reach under and yank this apart. From here I took away the whole trim. It's secured by 1, 2, 3 tabs. This central box right here is a fuse cover, which is bigger than most. And what we're gonna do is basically just hardwire everything, get a fuse tab, and test out the fuses. Make sure one is constant, one is switched, and hopefully everything is smooth sailing from here. Let's get a closer, let's get a more further back view so you guys know what I'm talking about or what I'm working with. Alright, so basically how it goes is you pry open the tab. I used a trim remover to pry it upwards. See if we could get a closer look. Alright, so those are the tabs right there. Use a trim remover to pry it up. Alright, so the two tabs over here, basically I use a trim remover to pry it up like so, and then after it's loose you kind of just yank it towards you. So basically I did like this. I went ahead and just pried it up, and then I will work my way to the bottom as well and see if it becomes loose. I would say so far out of all this, the most time consuming is taking out this box right here. I would try to do it slowly. This fuse cover is one of the hardest things you have to do, and mainly is because of the tabs. The good thing is they come with the fuse tweezer, but let's take a look further in. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just test out the fuses for the car, see which ones are constant and whatnot. We would wanna ideally get one for constant and one for switch, just so we could go ahead and get the parking mode set up for the camera. There is a ground point right over here, so we're using a multimeter right now, right? So we're gonna put the ground here. Alright, so let's try this again. What we are gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just find something good to use. Let's zoom out. As we zoom out, I want to show you guys what I'm working with. So basically Volvo has an app, right? So as we're looking on it, I already decided which one to use. Basically the constants are, the constant meaning the fuses are always on even if the car is off. We're going to be using, I don't know why they have the TV always on, but I guess it's for entertainment purposes, but we're looking at 57 and 58. And also for the switch, which is only on when the car is on, we're using any one of these, but if you could tell. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start at the 55-second mark. We are going to test using the multimeter just in case the fuses, just to see which ones are switched and constant. Switch meaning it's only on when the car is turned on, and constant meaning it's on whether or not the car is on or off. It's always constant. So I want to tap into one of those fuses just to go ahead and get parking mode as an option, so that I have 24/7 surveillance. Based on this, Volvo is saying that the fuses 2 to 22, 37, 38, and so forth, and 54 should not be touched, only replaced by workshop recommendations. So we're not touching any of the lower number fuses. So having said that, we're gonna be touching on hopefully one of these empty fuse slots. So looking at it, there should be maybe 40 to 41, 42. And I took a look, so I might be tapping into 49. I just want to make sure that it's not on. And also for the constant, I'm just going to touch up on maybe one of these last few rows. So just in case, we're going to be using the multimeter to test it out. I already have the black set up to be grounded on this bolt right here. If I could get it to stay. Right? And then the red part is over here. We are going to be touching base on the red part. But let's make sure this thing is grounded first. And then alright, so that's good. Alright, so I can tell we're looking at the last row. And in terms of looking for the last row, this is row 59, fuse 59. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look. Just see if this is good. Okay, so this should be okay. Probably better if I have two people. Alright, so let's get to work. We're looking at 59. Why are you so hard? That should be good, right? Let's take a look. So that should be constant. As you can tell, this row is getting power whether or not the car is switched on or off. So I'm going to use this for the constant. And hopefully for 43 is good. We could use 49, sorry. Alright guys, so basically I'm going to be using one of these, either or. I might just stick with the 5 amp ones, so 57 or 58. And I'm going to use 49 right here. It's really hard to film, but basically I use the multimeter just to make sure. I'm going to use this last row for constant and this row for switched, and the rest should be okay. Crossing my fingers. Alright, at this point what we're going to do is we're going to set everything up. You got your Power Magic Pro over here. These are the fuse taps. So we will be putting a 5 amp fuse over here. Let's go ahead and just clip this one out. We'll be using 47. Oh no, they have the wrong one. Shit. So it's really the worst when you buy something online and you pick out the wrong one. So I got the Volvo XC60 runs the Micro 2 ATR fuses. I got the ATC, I think so. Not great. What I'm gonna do is I went to AutoZone, couple AutoZones, and I found these, right? The ATR Micro 2 USB. So this should be the right one. So this is the fuse tap that you're looking at. I will try, hopefully it works. Let me go ahead and open it. from here, this is what we're working with versus this, right? Definitely difference in size. We're working with this today, just to make sure everything fits in. Alright, which it does. And then we have to crimp it to this connection right here. We have to strip the wire. So I want to make sure it fits in here first of all. Actually it does, so don't need to worry. Alright, it definitely fits in there. Yep. Alright, so I got this going on. Got one more. So one for the switched, which is the red wire, and one for the yellow, which is the constant. Let's go ahead and just pop this one out as well. So the whole install took more than a day because I have to go around looking for these fuse tabs or adder circuits. Alright, there's one more, which is these. I found this at a Advanced Auto Parts store. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna slip this on as well. Alright, hopefully it goes in. Yep. It needs 2 of these. I mean, I don't think it needs 2 because the fuses are actually vacant according to the fuse diagram. But I can't be certain, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just add 2 of them. Yeah. Alright, one more. So I'm doing work when it's the hottest, which is not great. Yeah. Alright, so this is in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have to crimp this together. Let's go ahead and use this wire stripper. See how long do I want it? I guess yay long. Good. Where's the red one? Right here. Good. I think it should be alright. Yep. And then we'll go ahead and crimp it. Should be loose enough. Now you can attach this ground wire onto this bolt and just tighten everything up and we should be fine. Alright. So this is the bolt itself for me to ground it, but this is the adapter right here, which is technically, nope, it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna strip it. I'm gonna cut it and put a new adapter to it. I think this one should be okay. This one's perfect, right? So having said that, this won't be the perfect connection. What I'm gonna do right now is I will go ahead and cut the wire. Sorry about this. I mean, strip the wire. And then crimp it with this connection, with this new connection. Alright. Oh no, doesn't look right. Oh no, it fell in. Alright guys, so let's see if the lighting is good. We are going to use 58, so this is a yellow wire, which is the constant. Excuse the red, this is the fuse tab, so it's always a red wire, but this is the yellow one that you see here. Alright, this is a constant one, which means this is the fuse that's always going to be on, whether the car is on or not. We're going to insert it over here. Okay, like so. And for the red one, this is going to be the switched. So this fuse is for number 49. I don't think 49 is assigned to the 2019 XC60. This is another reason why I chose it. Alright. Everything's good. This thing goes in. Alright, hopefully everything is great. Alright, the ground is over here, as mentioned previously. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Alright, so we're back with the PowerMagic Pro. What we're gonna do is, since everything is plugged in and tapped into the fuse box, we're gonna test it just to make sure before we run anything else. This is a 12 volt cigarette charger. It goes in like so. Alright, the next step would be to make sure this is on. Alright, like that. It shouldn't plug in yet because we don't have the master unit or the brain right here. So in order to have this function, we will insert this. This is off, so technically it's not going to be the camera's not going to be turning on. But once we have this connected, all right. Yep, I think it's good. All right. And this is connected. So technically this is a switched unit, but since I have the yellow wire for the constant wired up or tapped into the fuse box, if I turn this on, this will give power to the S1. So the moment of truth. Looks like it works, which is great. Alright, the moment I shut this off, power gets cut off for the Vantrue. And another way for this to get power is to switch on the car itself. So I'm going to go ahead and toggle on the start stop. Hopefully it works. Not so much. Oh, you know what? I don't have the keys with me. I'm back with the key in the vehicle. Let's go ahead and start stop. Thank you so much. So this works. All right. And because the car is on, you see this is green as well. So the hard part is actually, I believe, over. Hopefully the routing to the rear is as easy as I believe. All right. Now to clean up the mess. Alright, so we're back. Our next step is to tuck this mini USB cable all throughout the headliner down the A-pillar. In order to do so, I'm going to have to pop this back out. Right now I have this cover from Volvo removed. It's pretty easy. All you have to do is get your fingernails under, kind of just pry up. So this is really easy. So this is the part number right here. But this is, if you look closely, I'm not sure if you could pick it up, but there is a bolt inside. Take a look further. We're gonna go ahead and just remove this. Right. Can't even see. Alright, so I'll be back. Basically, you have to remove this. It should be 8mm. Alright, so this is out. That should be 8mm. Oh, sh. Alright guys, so we're basically done. We put everything through the A-pillar, took out the A-pillar just to make sure. I didn't go ahead and do it over to the on the top headrests, the headliner, because we want to keep the airbags and side airbags, current airbags pretty much free. Alright, so we went ahead and just routed everything along the bottom, especially the sticker wire for the rear camera that Vantrue provides, all the way through here, right behind this door, right along the side bottom panel. I could get better lighting all the way here. And this is honestly the hardest setup I've had. We routed everything through the curtains, and basically that's where the rear camera is. We use a metal wire to fish everything through. Reminds me of the Mark 6 OEM backup camera retrofit that I did, and this has been took up pretty much a whole day. So alright, after this we're gonna go ahead and just do the finishing touches and then come back and update you guys. So this is the end product. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just use the PowerMagic Pro and hopefully 3M it here. I'm not sure yet, but as you can tell, I zip tied everything. All the wires are hidden, the fuse box is on again. This thing is really a hassle to take out and also to remove, so I'm not even sure. Let me see if I could get you guys some light and to get a closer look at everything. But alright, so there's everything else. You have to kind of maneuver the fuse tabs to go ahead and align it with everything else so that you can close the cover. The ground wire is outside right there, the yellow one, and everything else should be okay. Let's go ahead and just put everything back and I'll give you guys a tour. 片啊。
應該唔係嗰陣。
So basically we have everything all flush and put back together. You got your Paramagic Pro here instead of the driver's side, which is kind of weird. Alright, but we found a good spot for it. Originally we were going to put it through here, but the cables weren't really long enough and we were afraid of someone kicking it. So we have it right here on the side. So basically right now the unit is off, right? So if you turn it on like this, that means the constant is going to be the on circuit. So you see the green button there, and from there you might see that power up. Alright, so basically that's parking mode for you. So once you have this on, the Paramagic Pro will go ahead and let the constant fuse, or let the power go ahead and run the Vantrue or whatever dash cam you have. And from there, it's gonna, based on my setting, it's gonna run for 12 hours. Alright, and within 12 hours, it's gonna go ahead and shut off itself so that it doesn't deplete the battery. And that's about it. Moving on to the rear, we had everything. Oh, my ying. So how we did, what I did was I routed all the cables along the A-pillar down so that we don't go ahead and obstruct the side curtain airbags. So it's gonna go down here. We took out the trim over here. It's gonna extend all the way through the back of the passenger side. And from here, me and my dad went ahead and we snaked everything through the ceiling headliner and finished it off right over there. So the slack is just right, so it's not tugging anything. It's heavy duty wire from Vantrue, so when we're snaking everything in, we didn't really have to worry about the power line or whatever breaking apart on us. So right now the car has parking mode. It has the rear camera and also the front camera with GPS.
All I gotta do is put my mind to this shit.